Every year, approximately 130 people meet at a luxury hotel for 3 days. Among them, current and former heads of government, central bank governors, defense ministers, CEOs of the largest banks and corporations on earth, senior intelligence officials. No press is allowed inside. No official agenda is published beforehand. No minutes are taken, or if they are never released. The meetings have been happening since 1954. This is the Bilderberg Group.
This is what they don't want covered.
The first Bilderberg meeting was held at the Hotel de Bilderberg in Oosterbeek, Netherlands, in May 1954. It was organized by Polish diplomat Jozef Rettinger, Dutch Prince Bernhard, and former Belgian Prime Minister Paul van Zeeland with backing from the CIA, specifically from C.D. Jackson, who served as psychological warfare advisor to President Eisenhower. The stated purpose was to foster dialogue between Western European and North American elites to counter the spread of communism. The format, informal, off the record, no binding commitments.
The Chatham House Rule, borrowed from the UK Royal Institute of International Affairs, governs all Bilderberg discussions. Participants are free to use information received, but may not reveal who said it or their affiliation. This means that ideas discussed can influence policy without being traceable to the people who proposed them. Participants can go home and implement what was discussed with no public record of where the idea originated or who endorsed it.
The attendee list is technically published. Bilderberg has a website and releases names after the fact. What is not published, what was discussed, the agenda items released in recent years have included geopolitics, climate change, artificial intelligence, China, Russia, energy transition, and financial fragility. These are also notably the major policy themes that appear in Western government agendas in the months following the meetings. Correlation is not causation, but the pattern is consistent, year after year.
In 1975, Financial Times journalist C. Gordon Tether was fired after writing a series of columns on the Bilderberg Group. His editors told him the topic was unfit for the paper. He later said he was pressured from above. He never learned by whom. In 2004, Will Hutton of The Observer called Bilderberg the world's most powerful private club and noted that the mainstream press, many of whose owners and editors attended the meetings, gave it almost no coverage. Dennis Healey, a founding Bilderberg member and former UK Chancellor, was more direct. Those who say we are aiming at a world government are right in the sense that we are aiming at integration.
Former participants have described the meetings as genuinely influential, not in the sense of issuing orders, but in aligning the thinking of decision-makers across borders before those decisions become public. By the time a policy appears in a government white paper or a central bank statement, the people implementing it have already reached informal consensus in a hotel ballroom where no one was taking notes. This is not conspiracy. It is how informal elite coordination has always worked. Bilderberg is simply unusually systematic about it.
The standard defense of Bilderberg is that it is merely a talking shop. No decisions, no commitments, no binding outcomes. This may be literally true, but consider the people in that room control sovereign wealth, set interest rates, command armies, and decide what gets published in the world's most influential media. When they align informally on a direction, the formal institutions they control tend to follow. The question is not whether Bilderberg issues orders. The question is whether informal consensus among 130 of the most powerful people in the world constitutes a form of governance that operates outside any democratic accountability.
The answer, by any reasonable definition, is yes. Subscribe if you want to keep following the money and the power.